Good morning, I'm Frank Powers, and this is Lifestyle Tucson, the program where I speak to our neighbors, the people behind the scenes of our amazing organizations that are 501c3 nonprofits. Our friends are informing you how they serve our community, and they are here to give you updates on future projects. Let's make some old friends today. Yeah. In a perfect world, everyone in need would reach out for help. But for many, shame, fear, and mistrust create barriers that feel impossible to cross. Operation Rescue from the Gospel Rescue Mission exists to meet people where they are, offering compassionate, dignified first connections that lead to vital services and renewed hope. Through consistent presence and genuine care, they create pathways and healing for those ready to take that first step. Now, as the weather heats up, Gospel Rescue Mission launches their new initiative, Operation Rescue from the Heat. By bringing care directly into the community, Gospel Rescue Mission lowers barriers, builds trust, and opens doors to life-changing support, helping individuals begin their journey from homelessness to wholeness. So do something. It's the powerful statement of the wonderful woman here that would be in charge of all of these incredible programs. And lucky me, today I'm fortunate enough to speak with Lisa Chastain, CEO of the Gospel Rescue Mission. Lisa, welcome back to Lifestyle Tucson.
Thank you, Frank. So good to see you again.
I always love having you in here. It's so great. Talking about all the fun stuff that does happen when it comes to, wait, it's not fun. No, it's important stuff. It's really important that you do what you do, but you do make it fun. I've been down there volunteering with you from time to time. I get to be there at some of your great events when you are helping people out. I was just at Easter Blessings, which was excellent. You helped so many people that day, and especially during the holidays. But the heat is here.
The heat is here.
Yes, so we've got to do something about that. And you are helping out a lot of folks with this crisis that we face every single summer. So what are you doing when it comes to helping out the homeless? Give us a little 101 of what's happening at the Gospel Rescue Mission.
Thank you, Frank. Yeah, so the heat is here. I know we've have a little bit of a reprieve in May, thank God, right? We're all celebrating that. But we know the triple degree temperatures are right around the corner. So what does that mean for those that are living on the streets? You know, the heat is not just discomfort. You know, it kills. With the scorching pavement, with unshaded areas, that it's more than just dangerous. You know, it's detrimental to their life. So what can Gospel Rescue Mission do? You know, obviously our doors are open for anybody that wants to come in. But we took an extra little effort to go out and meet people where they're at. This has been amazing for us, Frank, because, you know, we've done outreach since our existence. We've done welcome people in. This is what we do 365. However, if we can go out to the parks and to the neighborhoods, to the encampments where people are, and not only help them with immediate relief services, but also introduce them to the great work that we're doing at the Center of Opportunity and all the opportunities that they have here. So in the year that we've been doing this initiative, we've seen over 9,000 people. You know, we've served over 9,000 people. But the great thing is we've brought about 900 people back to the Center of Opportunity for ongoing care. So they can come in, no questions asked. We offer day services, which looks like, 3 meals a day. They can take shower. We have laundry service, beds for them to get relief from that. But once they meet us, I want to say, our staff and our volunteers does such an amazing job with kind of wrapping their arms around them and getting rid of those fears and those hardened, people living on the streets they're very hardened, they fear for their safety. There's so many things. They trust nobody. So if they can come in and they can trust us a little for the help that they really need, then that's when we've done our job. So out of those 900 people, over 700 people, Frank, have stayed for ongoing life transformation services. So that's the real win, So we look at Operation Rescue as a giant win, not only for those that are living on the streets, but for getting people permanently off the streets, which is always our goal.
It's incredible what you're doing. And when I was reading all of the stuff on the website, which I was looking at, and let's make sure I even have the website up so I can keep looking at it, because it's grmtucson.com. You want to make sure you get all the details. And some of these statistics are right there on the page. You just keep scrolling, and you'll see all of that, as well as videos and testimonials from all these folks that you're helping out. But the thing that I noticed when you were talking about it and Operation Rescue, specifically was where relationships begin, because that was a statement or a line in there that I think just jumped out at me, because that's what's important, is that folks don't want to ask for help. And it's hard for people because of those three things I had said, reading right from the website about like shame or being afraid of it.
Right.
And you going right to them and introducing yourself is that hello that breaks the ice. And that's what you need to do to get people to trust you, because it's about trust.
Absolutely. I'll give you a quick story. There's so many of them, but Augustine comes to my mind. So we met Augustine on the streets last year, and our outreach team was out there. He was addicted. He was living on the streets. He was hot. He was thirsty. And he tells a story about how no one would even look at him in order. He couldn't even get, a bottle of water or some water because no one, was afraid. Everybody was afraid to make eye contact with him. And so here comes the Operation Rescue team, and they're there to offer him food and water and tell him of the services. So he hopped in the shuttle and made his way back over to the Center of Opportunity and found out what we did. And Augustine enrolled into the recovery program. Here he is months later, still with us, being sober, looking forward to his future. And who knows if that would have happened, if we would have been there or not. We hope that he would have found his way anyway, but those are the kind of stories and why it's meaningful for us to be there right where people are.
Well, it's hard to find your way. It's nice that a shuttle is out there doing that, because that makes a difference. Just think of the distance it takes to get anywhere in the city on foot compared to just there is a shuttle to get there. I myself have sent people your direction and told them about you, because you make that easy. There's a printout that you can get right on the website and guide people to you. But even that I've done that, I'm like, well, it's still 20 minutes away from here.
Yeah.
And that's by car.
Right.
So they do. And I've said, but they have shuttles. There is a bus. The bus was free at the time. I think the bus still free. Okay, great to know. So that's important, that I'm like, don't let distance be a barrier to your safety. And don't let anything really be a barrier, especially when you do know that you need help. You're out there asking for help, and he was out there actively asking for help. And it was that I kind of I had to buy one, get one free for a restaurant. I'm like, you know what? I guess I do have something for you today. So I gave him my other half, but I'm like, but I'm going to tell you something. And he was wearing like a weed t-shirt. And I said, you better promise me that you never touch that fentanyl. He's like, oh no. I was like, promise me, because I see a t-shirt.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not judging, but promise me this. And then perhaps go check out this great organization down the way. Right. That's the deal I'm making. And you get all this delicious chicken. So he was like, no, I will. I'm like, really do it. And I just talked to him. I'm like, because I interviewed these people and they're really great. And I'm literally telling you now, but you didn't know they exist. So here's me telling you exactly that. You're out here asking for help. I'm telling you a place that wants to help you. So just make sure, because you can't be smoking weed there. So you're wearing that t-shirt, just make sure that that's not more important than, hey, I'm indoors, I'm in air conditioning, I'm out of the rain, I'm safe and I'm secure and people are helping me out. Yeah. And that's really important, because more people need to know about the Gospel Rescue Mission, because you do so much.
And you're so unusual, Frank.
Oh, I get that a lot. I get that a lot.
In many ways, but just from that story. Not many people would ever do that. So thank you for caring, first of all. It reminds me of another story. One of our donors, she's in real estate, and she's just, goes the extra mile, let's say. So she was driving around one day and saw a woman in panhandling. And so she had a unique technique, and she rolled down her windows and she just said, hi, my name is so-and-so. And the girl said her name, and she looked at her and she goes, are you tired of this? Are you tired of this lifestyle? If you are, you get in my car right now and I'll take you to a place that you don't have to live like this anymore. And the girl goes, I don't know, I'm dirty. I don't want to get in your car. And she goes, listen, I have 4 kids. You could never get my car more dirty than what it is now. And you know what? That girl hopped in the car, came to Gospel Rescue Mission, and stayed for months.
Yeah.
So, it's courageous people like you that are out there making the difference. But we're standing in the gap too. And just saying, making that same call to action. hey, there's a better life ahead. There's resources that can help you out of this hole, because we know that they feel like there's no way out, and there is a way out. We always have choices, and we have, the a jewel in the desert, with the work that we're doing at the Center of Opportunity. So thank you for that, and together, we'll make a difference.
Yeah, and that is what it is. It's a little tough love sometimes with some of these folks but I do that because I'm just kind of. Because sometimes it is like tough love, depending on the way that I am with certain things, because I'm tough about it to listeners here. Or again, do something, get involved. Remember what I've said in the past. Do you not like the homeless and you want them to just disappear? Oh, don't you wish the homeless would just go away? You know how you do that? You help them. And then we will have no homeless. What a fun solution, right? Helping people, and then the problem goes away. Right. Because it has been getting worse, and it's not... the old drunk sailor on the docks anymore, the old rummy. It's fentanyl. It's real chemical addiction and mental illness. Yes. And just being a voice to someone to say that there is an option, saying, are you tired of this? Yeah. There is another option for you. And let's also remind people, not funded by the government, because that's always misconstrued when we talk about our great organizations that help folks out, okay? They're helped out and they're able to help people out because of you, and because of great donors, and because of volunteers, and because of people in the community that are moved. I was not as moved when I first started this show. It is Lisa Chastain and the Gospel Rescue Mission that have helped me become a better person and really understand community and really understand getting involved and not being afraid. Because remember what I've told you in previous episodes, I was like, why am I still afraid of this? Like episode 2, I was like, I'm really trying, but I'm still very afraid. And then even episode, I'm like, I'm really still, why can't I figure this out? And you're like, we have a pamphlet. You can just print it. Oh, okay. It made it easier for me to do some of this.
Right. Right. And that is, not to say that not every scenario is not unsafe, because it certainly is. But use your discernment, and common sense to lead you in that direction. But like Frank said, we have what we call an invitation card that gives all of the information on what we do and directions on how to get to us, that anybody can carry in their car and give out to those that are, panhandling, or, anybody that you encounter. That is an easy thing to do. And you know what? I often say it's just like, even if somebody... you hand it to them and they throw it on the streets. I'm like, okay, the work's still not done, because somebody might come along and pick that up, and they're the ones that need the help, So don't get discouraged by that, because it will help. Also in these summer months, it's nice to carry a bag with, little goodie bags with water and maybe some sunscreen and chapstick, and throw an invitation card in there. That's what we can do, that we're saying, hey, we understand your immediate need, but we're going to give you real help here by, throwing that information in there. Yep.
And even I, again, little hesitant. You pull off on the highway, and there someone is, and you just don't want to make eye contact. You don't want to look, or sometimes it makes you feel bad. And I find with a lot of these organizations, you just see the way people are growing up these days. It seems like being made to feel uncomfortable is a crime now. Some people take it as a crime if they're made to be, if they feel uncomfortable. And when homeless people are there, it's like it makes people so uncomfortable. They don't even want to look. They don't even want to acknowledge it. They try to really ignore it. The thing I want you to notice, and I see it happen more than you would think, is someone handing a bottle out. And maybe if you watch someone take that action where they're giving someone a bottle of water, and not $1, a bottle of water, a goodie bag with chapstick, right? A granola bar maybe in there, the invitation card. When you see that, it will take away some of that uncomfort. Like, you can be that person too, where I've been the person there doing the ignoring, and then I've been the person watching that person do that. I'm like, you can do this too. You got this too. And I've been able to then do it. I don't know why sometimes when your neighbor buys a boat, it says, I could buy a boat. That's the whole keeping up with the Johnsons. So if you can do that, go watch someone be giving, and it helps you find it in your ability to give and take some action. I just find.
Yeah, absolutely.
But let's talk about some of the other things that you are doing as well, because it's not just about, let's just meet people and offer them somewhere cool to sit and the shower and the clothes, the thing, but there's also opportunities for careers and growing, because you have the coffee shop and you have the coffee truck. Tell us about some of the great entrepreneurial things to remind people where they can also cool down by getting a big ice latte or a cold brew. All right, tell them all about what you've been up to, and then we'll talk about some of the other great things happening. You got Opportunity Coffee and Cafe and more coming in the future.
Yes, yes. So that all stems from workforce development. We have a lot of people that come to us that are unemployed. Most are unemployed. So we help them with workforce development in 3 different layers. First layer, soft skills, right? If somebody just wants to come in, we help them with their resume. We help them do online searches for jobs. We can do mock interviews. We can provide the professional clothing, transportation to and from their interviews. That's kind of layer 1. Layer 2, they want to learn a different trade. This is the exciting part, because we have a partnership with Pima Community College that allows rapid certification for higher paying jobs in the trades of construction and logistics and culinary, CDL driver's license, hospitality, which is amazing. So somebody can come in, actually enroll there. Once they go into this program at Pima at the Center of Opportunity, they're actually enrolled as a Pima Community College student. So they can not only just end there. If they desire to go into higher education, the pathway is clear for them. The Pima staff comes in and talks to them about grant opportunities for them if they want to continue their higher education, which is amazing. The third layer of that, Frank, was we kind of, if there's a great organization in Tucson that's doing it, then we just partner together. We don't ever want to reinvent the wheel. But what was lacking in Tucson is hands-on job training for adults. And so we just thought, okay, well, maybe this is something that we're being called to do because it's lacking. So that started our social enterprise, which was the Opportunity Coffee and Cafe was our very first venture, where we're going to be starting these micro businesses to give people real hands-on experience in a real world. So we opened that last October, but even before that, we had a Opportunity Coffee and Cafe mobile vehicle that we were going out to the communities. The interns were training in there. We were partnered together with Blessed Grounds Coffee. They came in and taught our interns how to be baristas. We partnered together with a major pastry chef. He was teaching our interns how to make delectable sweets, in our kitchen. So it really took a village, but that launched the Opportunity Coffee and Cafe, the brick and mortar version. If you haven't been there, you have to come. It's right across from the main entrance of the Center of Opportunity, right there across Michigan. You can't miss it. And it's all of the people that have gone through the program. They're the ones that are there serving you the coffees and the goodies and the lunches. And it's really been a beautiful thing to see what has happened. So since October, we have regulars, Frank. I mean, There's people that come in all the time, and they get a great cup of coffee and they get great food, but they love the interactions with the staff and the interns, just talking to them about their story. Because it is more than, a cup of coffee. It's what do we say? We're pouring hope every sip at a time, so it really is. You want to give your money to Starbucks, or you want to give your money to something like this, and you're really helping to change people's lives. The other great thing about the cafe is we do have a private room that can be reserved for your meetings.
That's what I was going to say.
So we have a lot of businesses, a lot of groups that come in and reserve the private room because it's a beautiful room, but also they can order off the menu, or we can, get it catered in advance, whatever the needs are. And there's not many coffee shops that have that private room availability.
There's less and less of them, actually. Speaking of the Bucks, they have changed some of their model to just be mobile, where they opened up a Starbucks near me and knocking down another one. And you go in, there's no seats, there's no sign. It's just this gigantic parking lot, but it's all used just to get the traffic in the mobile. And we were confused walking in there, and even another lady was very confused. And she just says, I miss the old Starbucks. It was a community. And that's what she said, is that you go here and you like to sit down and you like to meet people. You like to meet their dogs, and you like to go and have a relationship with your barista. And I was going to mention that you have a great meeting room. So if you are a nonprofit that needs to have meetings, go support this other great nonprofit by getting down there and getting all this great stuff down there. And you're going to be inspired to see what you yourself can do because you're sitting in a success story. And it's beautiful. It's very, very, very pretty. It's a great building and really just cozy as well. I recommend if you have not been down there, go to check it out because it like seeing believing and experiencing it too.
Yes.
And book those meetings down there because I think that is such a great space and it's something that is now going away and disappearing as the corporate world just tries to just keep getting it faster and and more expensive, cheaper for them.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. That's not what you're doing. You've got quite the purpose behind every drip and drop of that place, which is amazing because all of the other things that when it comes to the baking, every single thing, so many skills, careers, building businesses, it is something that's so exciting. My goodness. So next up, you've got more businesses coming up. It's what is going to be happening as you look from 2026 into 27. Obviously, we're not going to skirt past. You've got all the great events around the holidays. Mm-hmm. So get ready for that. Be ready to donate some of your stuff that's going to be coming. And you're always accepting furniture donations so that you can give some people fresh starts with fully furnished apartments. So there's always calls to action when it comes to the Gospel Rescue Mission at grmtucson.com. But all those great holiday events are going to be coming up, so support them for that. Beware that there's always time to donate. The taxes just happened, so tax credits happen. We're not going to worry about tax credits right now, but always donate. Give a monthly donation. So they don't have to worry about it.
Right. Become a monthly donor.
Yes.
That's really the bread and butter. That supports us year round. So we have a monthly donor program that's called the Rescue 365. And we encourage you to do that if you can. That certainly helps us budget things because it's money we know is coming in the door every month. So if you have the means, please consider Gospel Rescue Mission with any of your donations, but become a monthly donor. Like Frank said, and let me just say, I don't even need to be here. I mean, Frank should just do this on his own.
No, it's fun. Well,
it has so much information, which I so appreciate. But yeah, the ways to give are exactly what he said. You can give of your finances. You can give of your talents. We utilize about 300 volunteers a week to supplement the staff to get things done. So volunteers are so valuable to us, and to donate your in-kind contributions, your clothing, your shoes, your household items, your furniture. We're the only organization in town that collects those, and it goes directly back to those that are in need. We don't sell them through a thrift store or anything like that. So one of the key things, like Frank said, is we can go ahead of those that get housing and completely outfit the entire house or the entire apartment so that they are set up for success. So you can trust that all of your time, talents, and treasures, goes for a life transformational cause.
No, it's a big deal. Just pull the string and I just start going. But it's easy when you believe in something. I believe in you, Lisa Chastain. I believe in the Gospel Rescue Mission, one of my favorite organizations here in town, doing the most. I mean, really, you do so much and you're only going and growing, and you've helped me grow this entire time that I've had the privilege to host this show that I've been doing. And I always say you can look to all of our episodes, the Gospel Rescue Mission episodes, and literally watch me as I keep trying to prove to you, like, I'm doing more. Look at this. Now I can help you too. I got to get down there. Like, it even took me so long to even get down there.
Yeah.
And part of that was fear. And I really do appreciate every time that we get together and all of the good work that you're doing because people need help.
Yeah. And you bring up a good point, and that is to get down there and see it, because we can sit here until we're blue in the face talking about it. But once you experience it, it's completely different. So we do tours almost every day, but for sure twice a week that you can get connected with a tour to really see, the holistic way we're tackling homelessness. And, it's not only Gospel Rescue Mission that's on this campus, but 50 different partners are working together, to end homelessness for the lives of people that walk through our doors. And we couldn't do it, without them. And that's what makes the Center of Opportunity unique. And might I add, capturing the attention of the nation. We've had 19 different states come and, get inspiration for what we're doing to do something similar in their city and states. We have people coming in just on Saturday for from San Diego, to say, help, we need help. So they're coming down because they've heard about us. So Tucson, has always been a creative hub. There's always been great innovations here in Tucson, So I'm proud to be a part of this because I look at it as something that's very innovative, that's capturing the attention of the nation.
Yeah, model for the nation. It's right here in my notes. It's true. But that is what it is. And I'm going to tell you, that some of these other places, these 19 other states, thing is that the secret for here is it's Tucson. It is us. I've been to a few places, and I know that that's the secret to a lot of these 501c3s and a lot of great groups is it's us here. We in Tucson, we actually understand community. We do get together. We do know each other. And that's what's important. And I say, let's be even more of a model for the nation. Let's actually really move the needle and show people that you can still get together and help others and not worry about all the political nonsense that goes on in the world or any of the other stuff that might get in the way of you helping someone. All right. It's just about that. It's about helping a person, and not a cliche of what a homeless person is that you think, because it's not that. They're real people. And they're real families and children down there too. So you should get involved and help Gospel Rescue Mission. Go get a tour and learn all about it over at grmtucson.com. Because today we made friends with Lisa Chastain, CEO of the Gospel Rescue Mission, helping save lives every day through hope, shelter, and transformation. Thank you so much for joining me today.
It's a pleasure. Good to be with you, Frank.
This was Lifestyle Tucson. Bing bong bing, time for a recap. You can always tell I love preaching when the Gospel Rescue Mission is here, so it's kind of appropriate that it's a preach, because I really do care about it and helping people out, and they're helping out a lot of folks, especially during Operation Rescue from the Heat, because it is hot out here. We're hitting those triple digits now. So finding it within yourself to put together a care package, give them sunscreen, give some water out there, help someone out, and maybe again give them an invitation to this great organization that is going way out of their way to do this. Not government funded, because they care about it, because much like the Blues Brothers, they're on a mission from God. So it would really be pretty great if we could help them do it, regardless of how you feel about any which way. But I do appreciate at least Chastain said a prayer for me after we got off the air, because she does appreciate how much I shared. And yeah, that was all a real story. You can just hear her. I'm an average Joe. So from time to time, I like to share a story around here and maybe encourage you or motivate you to take some action and do something, as Lisa Chastain says. So you can go to grmtucson.com to get all the details on everything going on. The Opportunity Coffee and Cafe is available Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. till 2 p.m. at 3481 East Michigan Street. So check out everything happening there. You can go check out the Center of Opportunity, of course, and everything in the area, because they're working hard to do a lot for everyone here in Tucson when it comes to fighting homelessness. So I want to thank our old friends from the Gospel Rescue Mission for joining me today. You've been listening to Lifestyle Tucson. If you're a nonprofit that would like to be on the show, email lifestyletucson@gmail.com. For more information about this program or to listen to something you may have missed, go to the Sunday Mornings page on klpx.com, kfma.com, mixfm.com, or espntucson.com. You can also subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, and Audible, or wherever fine podcasts do something. Follow on Facebook, Instagram, and especially YouTube at Lifestyle Tucson, because I'm your BFF, your best Frank forever, Frank Powers. And Toot Toot Tucson, I love you the most.